And the terms marketing, branding, seller, consumers are not just confined in business or commercial transactions. You market yourself on how you dress. Tuwing naniligaw ka or nag-a-apply ka ng trabaho. A political candidate creates a branding to win votes. Kahit nga mga jokes, pinapackage at dinideliver mo na maayos para mabenta. Yes, the thumbnail is correct. This is me, a beginner, giving pieces of advice on how you would begin selling something. And the case study here is creating a YouTube channel, but it can also be applicable to anything you would want to market or sell. Especially during this time of pandemic, these are entrepreneurial information that's going to be very useful. Now, I know, why would a beginner be the one people who should listen to? Di ba dapat expert opinion or someone experienced muna? Well, I don't preclude you from doing that. I highly recommend that. But if anything, at least there's a high relatability between the two of us because we're on the same page. Experts can appear too intimidating for others. I promised myself that after 3 months of doing YouTube, I'd share these ideas. But more so, the marketing concepts I'm about to share have been tried and tested already by different campaigns I've been involved in or have closely observed. When you try to sell something more than the usefulness of the product or service, consumers also get influenced by how effective the marketing strategy is. And the terms marketing, branding, seller, consumers are not just confined in business or commercial transactions. You market yourself on how you dress. Tuwing naniligaw ka or nag-a-apply ka ng trabaho. A political candidate creates a branding to win votes. Kahit nga mga jokes, pinapackage at dinideliver mo na maayos para mabenta. So, going back, I made a YouTube channel but it's not just wala lang or trip ko lang. This is purposeful. It has a big idea. In everything we do, it must start with a why. Why become a content creator? Do you want to get monetized? Do you want to be viral? Do you want to have a portfolio of your work? For my case, I mainly did this to have a platform for my creative work and other insights I wanted to share to the public. Sure, getting monetized and having many subscribers is in there. I wouldn't deny that. Who wouldn't want that? But that's not the core of what I do. Otherwise, if I really wanted to get viral, I could easily do the latest trends or pranks or what have you. Your why will dictate what you have to do moving forward. So if you're planning to create a YouTube channel or anything that you wanted to market to people, you need to have a big idea. It's the cohesive concept that pieces together what you're offering in the market and it makes sure the idea stands out. All marketing strategies use this big idea. For example, is the concept of ride sharing through an app. It started by Uber Cab, now known as Uber in 2009. It was fresh, it was original, and people love it. They have a big idea. Now, of course, not everyone will have a revolutionary idea or a totally original concept. If you're planning to make a travel YouTube page, a channel for food, or cooking, a humor page, you might want to find a way to nuance it into something unique. Because there are thousands of similar pages in the YouTube market, what will make yours stand out? Now, developing a big idea has different components, paiba-iba siya, but here's what I considered when I started my YouTube journey. Think of it this way, if there's a random viewer in YouTube with a certain interest, why would they view your channel instead of the 1,000 others that's present? One thing that you should consider is, what is your target market or what is your consumer persona? Find your niche or niche. Kahit ano doon, pwede yun. For my case, who am I talking to? I'd always target millennials and Gen Zs. More than belonging in the same age bracket, we share the same environment and experience, so what I can share will most likely be relatable to them. I identify them as tech-savvy, educated, progressive, artistic, and eager to consume good content for self-development and for the betterment of society at large. That's my target audience, so the content I put out should be made for them. Not boomers who might get offended, not people who don't know how to use social media, not people who aren't excited to learn. I can't please everybody. If you're planning to start a YouTube channel, try to think beyond your friends or relatives. If there is a stranger who would find interest in your channel, what do you think is the profile of that person? Also, have an insight and truth. This is a compelling insight that reflects a reality or highlights a problem that needs to be addressed. In the age of social media, there is information overload, different options and distractions everywhere. The youth are so eager to know and learn them, we are made to believe that we have to consume them all at the same time. We want to watch, read, listen to all of these media options all at the same time as fast as we can. People are bombarded with different contents every day. It's like a buffet and we are globbering on all of them. Can we just stop and talk? Digest one material that interests us, one at a time, and see how we can walk through different but still related content. That's why my channel, yes, it covers different topics, but they're only related to millennials and Gen Zs. But I walk through on how interconnected these things are. That there is always a shared premise between them, nothing is completely isolated. And also, how you digest the content can be a factor in how you'd appreciate it. Some prefer reading, others want visual, depending on your preference. That's why the things you can watch on my YouTube channel would always have a written text version linked below or some supplementary readings as well. What is the truth that your audience would 100% agree with, and what can they get out of watching your videos? Of course, don't forget, have an end goal or call to action. Have a succinct expression. You need to have something that can trigger a recall. Why would they remember your brand of YouTube videos? This can be a call to action that relates to the insightful truth that you espouse, the one that I explained earlier. It reflects the core of your brand, product, and service. Ito, sasabihin ko yung mga succinct expression of some brands. You'll think of the company right away. Just do it. Love them all. Bida ang saya. You automatically know what are the brands behind this because they have succinctly, effectively presented their big idea with a succinct expression. As for my YouTube channel, it's shared. And there are different ways of treating and understanding that simple word. I shared something. Can I share a word with you? Let me share a story. Be honest and share your thoughts. It's even the call to action already, from the self-serving aspect of share this to your friends, click the share button, and also to the very thing that I would want to happen. I also would like people to find what our shared experience is from the material I put out. Guaranteed meron yan kahit magkaiba tayo, kahit magkaiba yung context na ginagalawan natin. My content is shared in different platforms and each can be shared or delivered differently. It can be shared through a video, through text, or maybe through listening sometime soon. After people finished watching your video, what can they remember you with? All of those things, these are the big idea behind my creative platforms shared by Andrew B. And I first heard about this, big props to Yabang Pinoy. It's a Filipino pride movement with many talented advocates. I volunteer there as a copywriter and I take part in the creative brainstorming for our social media campaigns. I met there people who are graphic artists, social media strategists, photographers, professionals in various fields, entrepreneurs. This is just so many people to learn from. Do check them out, I shared the links here. This is part 1 of a series of videos for Beginner's Guide for Beginners. As I said, it's my 3rd month of doing YouTube and so far I reached my targets. And I received thousands of questions about how to do YouTube channel. Then joke lang, dalawa lang. But I do want to share my knowledge, especially ngayong pandemic and we're all looking for an outlet. Maybe content creation is for you. You might want to consider this. Next videos will be about social media tools and the websites that I use for content creation. What are my branding and marketing strategies? Stay tuned for that. And of course, I shared some useful links below. Tune in next week. I post 1 to 2 content every week. And don't forget to share. Thanks!